What's good, y'all? It's your girl DeOndria Michelle, and I'm back with another video. Now today I got something super special. We gonna do a deep dive into the cinematography of my Joker recreation. Now if you're a fan of film or you just love film analysis breakdowns, this will give you a behind the scenes look at how I approach recreating one of the most iconic shots from the Joker from 2019, using my own twist and my own style. YouTube, I got a topic. Let's talk about it. So, let's talk about the motivation behind recreating this. Now, one, the motivation behind creating this scene was I love the first film. And two, I seen one of the YouTubers that I really admire his cinematography. He's actually one of the people that I'm learning from, do this exact same scene. However, the equipment that he used was like super duper expensive. None of the equipment I have, and I know none of the equipment y'all probably don't have. So I thought to challenge myself a little bit, I was like, hey, maybe instead of spending money, I just use exactly what I have. And that's exactly what I wanted to do when creating the scene, so that I can break it down here with y'all, and maybe y'all could do it too. Now, let me tell y'all about the equipment that I used. Of course, y'all all know my A-cam, my baby, my star, my Canon Rebel T8i. My Canon Rebel T8i, but it has the 18 to 35 millimeter Sigma lens on it, the f1.8. And let's get into the gear. So let's start out with this. This is the Ambitful A2 Tubelights. I have two of these. These are a very rare find. I'm happy that I bought these lights. They're kind of hard to find. They're like sold out on Amazon, and even if you go to the website, it's all in like Japanese or Chinese or whatever, so it's really hard to understand. But I actually end up finding these joints on eBay. So if you find these tube lights, please invest in them. You will enjoy them. I enjoy them. I'm actually thinking about grabbing two more of these. And to start the show, the Neewer TL60s. I have two of these. I love them. They're bright, they're versatile, they work, they can go on a stand, you can carry them, they're not horrible, and they're budget friendly. One problem, they're heavy as hell. I'm talking heavy, but we'll get into that. We got this guy right here. This is the Ulanzi VL120. The Ulanzi VL120 has been my baby since day one. I have talked about this light before. I will never give up on this light. I'm going to get a couple more of these. They're less than 50 bucks. Please go and invest. There is no app, but you know what? They're worth manually getting your ass out there, turning them on, turning them off, because the results are going to be amazing. A bunch of effects. I mean, I can't get enough of this light. Never going to give up on this light. And it does come with a diffuser. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Whatever. We got this guy right here. And I know y'all thinking, but that's a lamp. It is, but the bulb inside is an A-dot bulb. Now, I found the A-dot bulb on Amazon. I think the bulb costs more than the damn lamp, but it was worth it. You get 6 for $10 or less than $20. You cannot beat that. Now, let's get into how we broke down this shot. And so I'm going to show you exactly how I got that shot, and it may not be perfect, but I wanted to attempt it just to see if I can do it. And what I came up with was the shot you saw. So I'm going to show y'all how I got it, and hopefully y'all can do the same. So I meant to turn that bulb off, but it is what it is. And of course my Kelvin is different. I am shooting now at 3500 Kelvin for the shot. I was at 5600 Kelvin, and the reason for that is because it's gonna bring out that color contrast with the teal and with the teal and orange, basically. And I'll actually change my Kelvin so y'all can see that I ain't capping. So first thing, this bulb is 2700 Kelvin, and it's set to about 10%. This thing is set at 10%. And then I have, let me turn this off because that's not one of the lights that I use. And then I have my Neewer TL60s on the wall. Boom. One is set at 70, one is set at 100, and it's a mixture of teal and orange, but you can't see that because of the kelvins. But again, I'm going to show y'all exactly what I did. And then the next thing I wanted to do, because when I step, when you see the protagonist step, like, you know, she wants to know what's going on TV, just like the Joker. I got this. I had two of these. These are the Ambitful Tubelights. These are extremely hard to find, but they are a rare find and a beautiful find. So turn that on for you. Boom. This is gonna situate that bug, but because I don't want it spilling everywhere, I wrapped it in tinfoil. And as y'all can see, it's already starting to look really, really good, even without me having to change the kelvin. Y'all see that? Boom, boom, boom. And I got it off to a C-stand off here. And that's situating me. It's probably not in the same place I had it before, but y'all get the idea. Then I got this guy. This is the Ulanzi VL120 RGB, and it's set to the same color as my my TL60s back there. And I'm using this as hair light, kind of. As y'all can see, it accentuates me. Boom, this hitting me from there, this hitting me from there, and then we got one more light. I wanted to do this simplistically, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't want to bring up no huge big lights, none of that crap. So I got another Ambitful, and again, it's wrapped in tinfoil to control the spill, and it's set to the CD effect. So when you walk it through, bring that up, and it's right behind my camera. BTW. There we go. Yep. There we go. And the tinfoil just helps to control the spill. As y'all can see, it's giving me the TV light effect when I walk up to the camera. I mean, when it does it. There we go. Alright, so here's our lamp. Boom, boom, boom. My protagonist stepped into the light. Situating. Y'all see that? It's situating. It's even hitting my face. And then I'm walking up towards the TV. Boom. And there's our TV light. So now that y'all done seen the behind the scenes, let me show y'all, or let me tell y'all, because I can't show it to you because I'm not gonna go through the heartache and pain of putting these lights back on the wall. Let me tell y'all like the hardships that I had creating this scene. One, like I said, the Neewer TL60s are extremely heavy. They're not like weigh you down heavy, you can't work out with them, but they're heavy for tube lights, right? So when I put them on the wall, initially I used Velcro. And it was fabric Velcro, and I felt like that was my fault or whatever. It was fabric Velcro, and it fell off the wall. So I was like, okay, maybe if I get the super strong durable Velcro, that'll work. Stuck them up there. They worked good for about a good 10 minutes. And then y'all know when y'all start hearing that little crinkling sound, like your light about to fall, like that's what I kept hearing. I'm like, what the hell am I about to do? So I'm like, what can I do? What do I have? I got this. This needs to be in every filmmaker's, videographer's, photographer's arsenal. This is gaffer tape. Super strong, super durable. Pop that gaffer tape on the end, and it did its job. it didn't do the best job because these lights are heavy, so I don't really blame the gaffer tape. But dude, when I tell y'all, it got it up there. Now, as y'all can see in the behind the scene, the lights are uneven, right? But they work. They end up working. Or in my opinion, they work. Art is subjective. Do with that what you will. I put them up there. They stayed up there. I had to, adjust them a couple of times. Boop, boop, boop. I had to adjust them. But I thought it worked really, really well. So for me, it did what it was supposed to do. So let's talk about the aesthetic overall of the Joker, right? Todd Phillips and the DP Lawrence Sher used a very specific look for the film. It was gritty, it was rounded, it was full of intensity, it was full of emotion. So when it came time for me to recreate the scene, right? I knew I had to pay close attention to details, lighting, framing, and camera movement, which there is no camera movement because I'm filming by myself, so it was a bunch of static shots. But I wanted to get that intensity and that emotion behind the scene. So let's dive into the scene, right? Now, in the movie, we see the Joker in the hospital and he sees something on TV or he hears something on TV. He goes to turn it up. He's watching it and the guy is humiliating him. And he starts to get this real psychotic look, this real psychotic emotion. He's hurt. He's embarrassed. He's angry, all in one setting. And so I wanted to, encompass that into the acting. And so that's what I did. So one of the things that stood out to me in the Joker was the lighting. The film uses very harsh, high contrast lighting to recreate the sense of discomfort and also psychological unease. So in my recreation, I wanted to also capture that in the same feeling. Now for the scene, I wanted to go with that blue and teal look because one, I wasn't in a hospital. Two, I wanted to make it look like I was in a hotel room, but still give you that awkward, hasty emotion. So I thought orange, teal. And if you don't know how to color contrast, go ahead and Google the color wheel, and whatever color is on the opposite side of whatever color you're using is going to be the color that works out good for your scene. I went with teal and orange to give you that gritty, raw, uncensored emotion, and those were the colors that I wanted to go with. And placing my lights where I did was to motivate the other lights. So anytime you're doing filming, you want to motivate the lights that you're in, right? So the lamp was at 2700 Kelvin. So I sent my Ambitful tube light in tinfoil to 2700 Kelvin as well. So when you see me walking up, what's happening is that you don't see that Ambitful light until I come to a certain point. And there's a reason behind that because it's a lamp, right? So the light is not going to stretch. It's not, illuminating the whole room. It's in an area where you see that lamp, but then you see it again when I walk up to a certain point. And that's called motivated lighting. And I did the same thing with the Ulanzi to accentuate the lights that were on the wall. I wanted to use the Ulanzi as my hair light to separate me from that background, but to also keep me into that blue or the teal and orange contrast. Make it feel like I'm in this large space that becomes a closed in tight space, which is why you see my character walking up on the camera. And as I'm walking towards the camera, the space is getting smaller and smaller and smaller to depict the emotion that was in the movie. And I feel like it worked out really, really well. I wish I had raised my camera a little bit more to show less of my neck and more of my head. But it's out now, so it is what it is. And so I wanted to give the same impression that the movie had, because anytime that you see the Joker, he's in a large space, but he's in a closed in. So he feels very boxed in and closed. It's not exactly a close up, right? But if you go back and look at the movie, he's in a box. He's closed in. He's tight. And that's where that gritty emotion comes from, and that's exactly what I wanted to give you guys in the recreation. I not only wanted to do the color, but I also wanted to give you the emotion, so that overall it came out a great recreation. And that's it for today, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown. I hope you enjoyed the deep dive into the cinematography of my Joker recreation. If you learned something new, or if you inspired to go ahead and try this on your own, make sure y'all let me know down in the comments. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, hit the bell so y'all know when I'm dropping future videos. That's all I got for y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.